Hey everyone, welcome back to Pi Hub. So far, we have learned how to select data, filter rows, sort results, and perform aggregations. But in real world datasets, sometimes information is missing. For example, a student might not have an age recorded, or the city might be unknown. So, in SQL, missing values are represented by null. Today, we will learn what null means and how to work with it. Okay, so let's start with our cliche things that like seeded out the location. After that, our DB, we call our PyAI analytics DB. Okay, then we start. Okay, so let's start with our first query, that is select star from students. Okay, we got the students table. So this is our students table. Each row represents a student and each column stores information like name, age, and city. So all this we know. Now we need to insert some null values. Otherwise, how do we work with null? Okay, so let's insert into, we can give the table name students. After that, we will give values. Then let's add some values like 21. So here we know four values should be the student ID, name, age, and city. Okay, so first is student ID and the name is Ravi, and we need the null. Afterwards, we give Delhi, the city name, and we need to add some more values 22. Let's give her Sarah, and 21 is the city's null, and you just remember null don't have quotes, okay? And afterwards, we can give another value 23, student ID as 23, John, name as John, John, and we can give two null values, null comma null. Okay, so now we insert the values. Let's call the students table again. So here you can see 21, 22, 23 had null values. Okay, so notice that values are now null. That means the data is missing or unknown. We don't know the data, or some data is not inserted. Okay, so the important concept is null does not mean zero. Null does not mean empty test. Null simply means the value is unknown or missing. So I repeat, null does not mean zero. Null means not zero, not the empty test, but the value is missing or the unknown thing. Okay, that's what null means. Okay, so most common mistake people do as a beginner is we just select star from students, and afterwards we give age equals null. So here we got an syntax error because this query will not work in the SQL, and we cannot compare null using the equal sign. Here we use a equal sign, so we cannot compare that. We don't do this way. Okay, we don't use the equal sign here. Instead of that, we use is. Okay, is it? We say like, is that a book? Like that. We use a is keyword. Okay, let's start from select, start from students, and age is null. The age is null. Let us ask like that. Is the age null? Okay. So we use another query that is instead of equal to sign. Okay. While run this, we got error because we didn't add the condition. Okay, that is were. So here we added a condition that select star from table name for the student, the age column is null. Okay, there is age column which has null values. So that listed the name, student ID, age, city, which has null in the age section. Okay, so this return rows were age values missing. Now we need to know which are the sections that is not null, which are the age sections that are not null. We got the null values, but we also need to know, is there any sections without null values? Okay, let's do that too. For select star from students, and we gave word age, we got is. Instead of is, we also add is not null. So it shows the values that are not null. So this returns rows where the age values exist. And we got all this. Now we know how to sort the data which is null and which are not null. Okay, so we learned that in null. Now we can use another example. Okay, if let you do this. Okay, but I will do in afterwards. Pause this video and try to do this. Okay, so if uh, I want to know whether the city has any null values. How do we do that? Okay, I need you to do this. Okay, I'll wait for a second and you need to pause it. Okay, so now I hope you done it correctly. If not, that's not a problem. We are doing it, we are learning, and we are beginners. Okay, so that's not at all a problem. Let's learn. So we do this by select star from this table name as students. Where which table I asked about the city. Where city is, we got is null. Okay, now we got Sarah and John. Where the city is null. So this shows students where the city information is missing. Okay, so today we learned null represents how null represents the values. Okay, and we understand that null represent the values which are missing or unknown, not the empty, not the zero. It represents there should be a value, but it's unknown or missing. That's what null represents. And we cannot compare null using a equal to sign because it don't work that way. And also we compare it using is. Okay, that we can use is null or is not null. Okay, so these are the things we learned today. In next episode, we will continue building our SQL skills by practicing analysis on a small data set. Okay, so it's our last lesson actually in our in this episode. It's our basic SQL. So if you're following this, we are moving to our intermediate level soon. Before that, we need to complete a mini project or a mini dataset works in that. Okay, so I hope this works for you and have a great day.